Tonight we are talking about how exponential forces are transforming not just the digital industry, but also all the other industry sectors in the world. Energy tonight is our focus. A lot has changed in how we live. This is because of disruption. Now, disruption is, of course, one of those fundamental things in the capitalist system. The next transaction, you try to make it cheaper, and so people constantly disrupt. But disruption's accelerating. The cycle times are shortening. The startups are running experiments faster and faster and faster. And they're unbundling traditional businesses. Who would have thought that the travel agent would be unbundled into aggregators? And now the aggregators of travel are being unbundled by other disruptors, rebookers. This time period used to take maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. In the case of Steam, I think Watt was tinkering around with the thing for 20 years to get 1% improvement in efficiency. Now we're starting to see companies come out and literally in months start to disrupt and grow and get scale. So nobody can be complacent. And what we're also seeing is that the developing world is rapidly growing. In Indonesia, which is just to the north of us, you've got a country with 300 million people, average age 20. They have quad-core smartphones that they bought for $25. And they've leapfrogged 3G, and they're getting 4G now, right across Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, even Myanmar. And so you've got these huge, huge markets that are coming online and that are rethinking how they do things like energy. And they're not going to follow the path that we followed. They're going to leapfrog. And so a lot of the ideas we're thinking about tonight won't just affect the developed world, they'll affect the much, much, much larger developing world on our doorstep. The culture of digital is now. My son, 13 years old, he plays PS4 and has YouTube playing another video at the same time while he's on a Skype session with his buddies. That's just how he lives. My 9-year-old daughter is the same. It's just the way things are. And so these guys are changing the culture of work, they're changing the culture of life, and they're changing their expectations of the role they're going to play. They also want to collaborate. My son and my daughter both crowdsourced long division. I got asked to teach my son long division. I thought, great, I've done my duty as a parent. I've taught him long division. Came back a couple of days later and said, how did you go? And he said, oh, Dad, I found out your method sucked. We all worked out this was the best method after we asked all our parents. Right? So what's happening is that this idea that they want to participate and co-create with companies, they want to be part of that beta program. They want to help discover customer pain points, customer value points. And this is no longer just true about computer games or websites. It's now becoming true about cars, about airlines, and we think also about power. I think that also what's happening is that the stack that we have, the Lego set of components that we have at our disposal to build companies and to solve problems is becoming incredibly powerful. So on the left-hand side there, you have essentially a company that managed to affect 1 million users, and they required $10 million to do it. And on the far right-hand side, you have a kid in the bedroom who came up with an app that goes, yo, and it went viral, and he affected 1 million users as well. So this is the change in dynamic that's happening. One of the reasons we're very excited about exponential technologies is we think we're right at that moment now, where we look at solar, we look at batteries, we look at all these technologies, and they're right at that tipping point. And this is a complete change in human potential. So we're seeing that it's going to affect travel and transportation, right? Developers in Sydney are already working out how they can convert their parking lots to gardens or not even build them because autonomous cars are going to remove the need for parking. We've got new currencies coming, and just near us is Stone and Chalk, who are also having a pitch competition tonight. 80-something startups in fintech. And of course, we also have health companies already in Pollenizer, thanks to our Data Start program, who are trying to rethink the information stack for health as well as all the devices, and how we're going to deal with predictive health, how we're going to start to move medicine from this incredibly expensive exercise to something much, much simpler. And tonight we're talking about how these exponential forces are unraveling and changing energy. And we're seeing that solar is a technology which is going through the same moment that CPUs went through 20 years ago, what Americans call the hockey stick moment. And we're seeing that batteries, similarly, are about to go through that same hockey stick moment. And I think what was really fascinating for me in this project, and we're going to hear from Brett from Horizon Power in a minute, Horizon Power approached us with this project, and one of their key statements in their manifesto was that energy is about to be disrupted by consumers. It's going to be a consumer-led revolution. So we're seeing in Australia the forecasts for installing what are called DERs, distributed energy resources, household solar and power packages, are pretty amazing. And I wonder if these aren't the sort of lowball estimates, and in fact, once some of the finance packages kick in, once some of the business models that you guys discover through this program kick in, maybe we will be able to accelerate this and make this logarithmic scale even steeper. So this is kind of where we are at. This is a North Star for us, that we believe in the direction that things are going, and we believe that energy is about to be profoundly disrupted, and we want to get your help on this journey.